Western Mass News is learning more about services for the two local men killed in last week's B-17 plane crash at Bradley International Airport.
Those two victims were killed when the vintage plane struck a de-icing facility 5 minutes after takeoff. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us now with more on what you've learned today. Audrey.
Chris, Beth, we've learned that the calling hours for two local men who died, one from Ludlow, one from West Springfield, are happening later on this week.
Jim Roberts was just 48 when he died in the B-17 bomber crash at Bradley International Airport. Roberts' brother told Western Mass News the Ludlow man, who was a World War II history buff, boarded the plane without his siblings, who couldn't get the time off work. It took Roberts' family 24 hours to confirm the death. According to Roberts' obituary, he worked at H.P. Hood, loved Star Wars, and making his own comics. His family tells Western Mass News there will be a memorial service on October 13th at Capanos Missouri Funeral Home in Ludlow, with visiting hours beginning at 1. 56-year-old David Broderick of West Springfield was also aboard the flight. The family asked that we not use his picture and declined to make a statement to us in their time of grief. Broderick's former employer, Collins Aerospace, did share the following with us, quote, "He was a valued employee who was deeply respected by the customers he served. He will be missed by all who came to know him over the course of his many years of service at Collins Aerospace." His obituary states Broderick worked for the company ever since 1985 and that he was known for taking pride in the aerospace industry. The obituary outlining a common phrase Broderick used to say about his work: "When they get on board, I want to make sure I get them home safe." Broderick services will be held from 9 to 11 on October 9th at First and Adams Funeral Home in Westfield. There will be a moment of silence at 9:54, the time when the plane crashed, exactly 1 week before.
Coming up on Western Mass News at 6, the news of these services comes as another B-17 prepares to take flight locally this weekend. We'll examine the safety history of that plane following a Connecticut senator's call for more public disclosure of vintage plane maintenance records. Reporting live in studio, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.